Welcome to the new books releasing the week of April 28th. These are the last ones for April, and I will mention two that came out last week since we kind of skipped last week, and we're not going to talk about that. I'm Morgan. If this is your first time here, I'm going to have the timestamps per genre that we're talking about, and I hope you find one that you want to pick up. Two of them that should have been mentioned last week for sure was The Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. This is her newest romance book, contemporary romance, that she said, though, does read a bit different than her others. It's a bit of a different story. And then a correction. I had said The Tainted Con, the second one in the Soulbound saga, I think it's Soulbound, that it had come out the week previously, but really it was coming out on April 22nd, and my notes were just all sorts of messed up. Okay, on to this week's releases. Our first one is a romantasy that I think some people are going to be very excited by because everyone was super crazy about this author's first book. And this is a similar sort of vein. We have the romance, I think it's forbidden romance, dark academia. This is Enigma by Runix. There are secrets she must uncover. There are secrets he must keep. Salem Salazar is a Mortimer University legacy and the black sheep of her scandal-ridden, wealthy family. Obsessed with death, she arrives at Mortimer on the hunt for answers about what happened to her perfect, missing older sister. There she discovers that her sister is far from the only girl to have gone missing at Mortimer. Salem will do anything to discover where dark forces are killing Mortimer's students, even if it means using herself as bait. And Casimir Vanderall has caught her scent. He has a dark past, a hidden agenda, and a ravenous appetite for a beautiful, golden-eyed girl who seems determined to risk her life. But he is far from the most dangerous thing at Mortimer. I will say that Salem sounds like a very, very brave person, and that's cool. All of this, though, is, I don't know. Moving into our fantasies of the week, the first one up is a sequel, or the second one in a planned trilogy. This is She Who Knows trilogy, and our second book is One Way Witch by Nadine Okafor. This is fantasy, futuristic, dystopian. It's got vibes of a lot of things, but it is classified as fantasy more than sci-fi. The second one is following our main character. Should start with what happened in the first book. It says, Najiba knows she's had the call, but how can a 13-year-old girl have the call? Only men and boys experience the annual call to Salt Roads. What's just happened to Najiba has never happened in the history of her village. But it's not a terrible thing, just strange. So when she leaves with her father and brothers to mine the salt of the dead lake, there's neither fanfare nor protest. For Najiba, it's a dream come true. Travel by camel, open skies, and a chance to see a spectacular place she's only heard about. However, there must have been something to the rule, because Najiba's presence on the road changes everything and her family will never be the same. The second book, she's following her in her 40s after a very tumultuous life and now in 40s, she's already lived beyond the death of her second husband, like years beyond, and some sad events have happened. But she's finding her own power again, I suppose to say. Our next one is classified as a bit of a fantasy and steampunk and different vibes. That is The City of All Seasons by Oliver K. Langenmead and Elia Whitley. Welcome to Jamie Pike's Fair Harbor, a city stuck in perpetual winter, its windows and doorways bricked shut to keep out the freezing cold, and its residents striving to survive in the Arctic conditions. Welcome to Esther Pike's Fair Harbor, a city stuck in constant summer, its walls crumbling in the heat, its oppressive sunlight a relentless presence. Winter and summer alike have both fallen under the yoke of oppressive powers that have taken control of after the cataclysm. But both fair harbors were once a single united city, and in certain places, at certain times, one side can catch a glimpse of the other. As Jamie and Esther find a way to communicate across the divide, they set out to solve the mystery of what split their city in two, and what, if anything, might repair their fractured worlds. And the two characters are cousins stuck on separate sides of the city. For YA fantasy, we have The Floating World by Axio. Sunho lives in the underworld, a land of perpetual darkness. An ex-soldier, he can remember little of his life from before 2 years ago, when he woke up alone with only his name and his sword. Now he does odd jobs to scrape by, until he comes across a score of a lifetime, a chest of coins for any mercenary who can hunt down a girl who wields silver light. Meanwhile, far to the east, Rin is cheerful and spirited acrobat traveling with her adoptive family and performing at villages. But everything changes during one of their festival performances when the village is attacked by a horrific human-like demon. In a moment of fear and rage, Rin releases a blast of silver light, a power she's kept hidden since childhood, and kills the monster, but her efforts are not in time to prevent her adoptive family from suffering a devastating loss, or to save her beloved uncle from being grievously wounded. No idea what some of those words that tried to come out of my mouth were, but it sounds very intriguing and how our characters will end up meeting. From there, we go into more of a fiction, but the first one does have a slight occult bent to it. The Amalfi Curse by Sarah Penner. Powerful witchcraft, a hunt for sunken treasure, forbidden love on the high seas, beware the Amalfi Coast. Haven Ambrose, a trailblazing nautical archaeologist, has come to the sun-soaked village of Postano to investigate the mysterious shipwrecks along the Amalfi Coast. But Haven is hoping to find more than old artifacts beneath the azure waters. She is secretly on a quest to locate the trove of priceless gemstones her late father spotted in his final dive. Upon Haven's arrival, strange maelstroms and misfortunes start plaguing the town. Is it nature or something more sinister at work? Our other one is a more mystery, maybe with thriller elements. Julie Chen is Dead by Lian Zhang. Julie Chan has nothing. Her twin sister has everything, except a pulse. Julie Chan is a supermarket cashier with nothing to lose. She finds herself thrust into the glamorous yet perilous world of her late twin sister, Chloe Van Hausen, a popular influencer. Separated at a young age, the identical twins were polar opposites and rarely spoke, except for the one viral video that Chloe initiated, finding my long-lost twin and buying her a house, #emotional. When Julie discovers Chloe's lifeless body under mysterious circumstances, she seizes the chance to live the life she's always envied. Transforming into Chloe is easier than expected. But of course, nothing in the influencer life is what she expects, and on a trip, I think to an island again, things go kind of wrong. Moving into the actual thrillers of the week, The Staircase in the Woods by Chuck Winding. 5 high school friends are bonded by an oath to protect one another no matter what. Then, on a camping trip in the middle of the forest, they find something extraordinary, a mysterious staircase to nowhere. One friend walks up and never comes back down. The staircase disappears. 20 years later, the staircase has reappeared. Now the group returns to find the lost boy and what lies beyond the staircase in the woods. Most of the reviews seem pretty positive for this. Our other one of the week is Such a Good Mom by Julia Spiro. With a healthy newborn baby, a devoted husband, a successful career, and a busy life on Martha's Vineyard, Bryn Nelson should be the happiest she's ever been. But Bryn is struggling. Her husband Ross grows more distant by the day, and the challenges and exhaustion of postpartum make Bryn feel like she's slowly losing pieces of herself to motherhood. Pieces that she might never get back. But it's somewhere on the vineyard, and a beacon for wealthy visitors, and a place so beautiful it seems immune to tragedy and crime. Except for the locals, like Bryn, who know all too well that tragedy can strike at any point. And this time, it hits close to home when a friend of the family is found washed ashore, dead, and Bryn's already hectic life is turned upside down when Ross is arrested for the crime. That's all of the books on my list this week. Hopefully you found one that you might want to pick up, or if you know of any others coming out this week that I didn't mention, feel free to drop them in the comments down below. I hope you're finding something great to read, and I'll see you in the next one.